Good morning, fifth graders. Here is our science for today. As you can see, what I started out with is similar to what you should have put together right now. Based on your nature walk, you should have a list of producers like grass, bushes, flowers, pine trees, palm trees, algae. They'll be different for you. All of mine are things from Florida because that is where I am right now. Yours are things that you saw in Iowa. Remember, producers are things that get their nutrients from the sun and from the soil, like our plants. And then we have a list of consumers, things that eat those plants or other things. They get their energy from other things. So for me, I have squirrel, gecko, ant, water bug, beetle, butterfly, fish, woodpecker, and eagle. And then our third list is decomposers. Remember, those are the things that then break down the other things and return them back to dirt so the cycle can start over. For us here in Florida, we have worms, mushrooms, and snails. Those are probably pretty similar to the things you will have in Iowa. Now, this is what you already have. What you are going to work on today is creating something like this picture that I have here. This picture is going to show us how the energy or how the nutrients move within the ecosystem. So we know that energy starts with the sun, and that sun's energy can be used by trees or by bushes in order to grow. So just like our plants in class, these trees, these bushes, these flowers, they will grow with energy from the sun. But now, so step one, we have producers use energy from the sun. Now, we have our producers use energy from the sun. Where does the energy go from there? Well, from there, the energy can actually go two different ways. The first place the energy can go is from the plants or the trees to the things that eat the plants or the trees. So from these bushes and plants, our energy can now go to the butterfly or to the ant, or if we're over here and our sun's energy came down to the water algae, now that water algae can be eaten by the bug, the water bug, or by the fish. So our first option, so one, producers use energy. Two, consumers eat producers. After consumers eat the producers, now where can the energy go? Well, from things like this fish, maybe a bigger fish will eat that fish. Or if we're on maybe this butterfly, maybe the lizard eats the butterfly, or the woodpecker eats the butterfly. So once consumers eat producers, step three is that consumers, let me get my little eraser. Step three is consumers eat other consumers. So our energy has gone from the sun to our plants to our first level producers, such as butterflies or bugs or things that eat plants, to then second level consumers, which are like the bigger fish that would eat the smaller fish, or like the eagle that might eat the woodpecker or also might eat the fish, or maybe the lizard is eating the ant. So that's the way the energy flows. But the fourth thing that can happen, which is really important, is that at any point, if the tree doesn't get eaten, it dies. If the butterfly never gets eaten, it dies. Even if the lizard doesn't get eaten, it will still die. So what happens if they don't get eaten and the energy doesn't go this direction? Well, when the things die, that is where our decomposers, like our worms, our snails, our mushrooms, come into play. So step 4 is any living thing that isn't eaten is recycled by decomposers. So what this all means is that all of this energy, so it goes sun, tree, bug, thing that eats the bug, things that eats the thing that eats the bug, all of that is going to eventually not get eaten by something else and end up dying and end up being decomposed by something like a worm or a mushroom or a snail, which takes that, if you think of a worm, whatever it eats, it turns back into dirt. So from these decomposers, we come back and things turn in to dirt, which goes back to plants. So everything that we see in our ecosystem, so this is Florida's ecosystem, so everything that you wrote down from your Iowa ecosystem is gonna go together in a big cycle.